Alright guys, we are on the Better Oblivion Crisis Daedra Realm Wilderness mod page on Nexus Mods. As always, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below so you guys can follow along with everything that I'm doing. And please don't forget, if you like this mod, go ahead and endorse it. That's basically the like button of Nexus Mods. And let me tell you, this mod is 100% getting my endorsement. I love this mod. If any of you have been watching my Oblivion playthrough, you will have probably seen, especially recently, that there are a large amount of Daedra showing up in the wilderness as I've been exploring. And this is, I think, quite lore accurate. And as you can see, there's no Oblivionness going on. So this is clearly somewhere out in the wilds, and Daedra are roaming the wilds. This mod adds so much realism to the game, I can't express it enough. You hear rumors all the time from guards telling you to keep to the road because the wilderness isn't safe, and people talking about Daedra being spotted in the wilds, but in the base game, none of that's actually happening, which, kinda sucks. I had hoped they had been spawning, and this mod does exactly that. I freaking love it. Okay, so we've covered now what this mod is. I'm going to go ahead and talk about requirements for just a quick second, and maybe deep dive a little bit into what this mod does behind the scenes to cover the requirements. Because this mod doesn't actually require anything, but there are two mods here that do require it, and even this one. I think all three of these are patches that kind of bring a bunch of mods together. And why I think you probably want to follow these links and get the patches in case you're using other mods is because this mod specifically changes a bunch of leveled lists for wilderness encounters and replaces a bunch of the vanilla leveled list with Daedra spawns. Now, that is probably pretty good, but you may have other mods that also affect these spawn list here. If you do, you probably need a patch in order to make sure this mod works with that mod as well. Now, I can't tell you exactly every single mod that affects these lists, but these patches are probably going to cover that in depth. You'll probably see specifically what kind of patches these provide, what mods that it merges together, as it were. I'm not going to dive into that too much, but I highly suggest you look at these three right here and see what mods need patches in order to be compatible with this mod. And I will say as well, what exactly is a patch? Essentially, it combines the mods so they play well together and make sure they are not in conflict with each other and not overwriting each other. And in order for a patch to work, you do need both of the mods that it's patching to be loaded before it in the load order. So keep that in mind as well when you get these patches. Make sure that you load them after both of the mods that it's patching. Okay, so with that out of the way, and hopefully not super confusing with patches, let's go ahead and dive into installation. So here in the Files tab, we can see three different files, and two of them are the main files, which essentially is the base mod, which I've been using in my playthrough of Oblivion Remastered, and then we have another one that has higher spawn counts, and you can see here the Dremora have parties of 3 and the Daedric Beast packs of 2, rather than 2 and 1 respectively, which I think is a bit much for me right now. I think I've cranked the difficulty up a bit in my playthrough, and I don't really want that right now. But some of you out there might be a bit crazy and want that increased risk. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and download this one. It's essentially going to be the exact same download between both of these, and I do encourage you to kind of experiment between the two of these and find which one works best for you. I am only going to cover this download right now, but essentially both of these are the exact same download. But yeah, just follow what I'm doing here, but use this mod instead, and then you probably, maybe, have to change the file name in the load order to this one, whatever it ends up being. Then we have one other file here, which is an optional, and it requires either of these to be installed, which is telling me that they're probably going to be the same file name. But once you have either one of these installed, you can optionally install this as well. Make sure that it's loaded afterwards, and it will decrease the chance that Dremora and Daedra beasts show up by 50%. I'm not going to use that currently because I kind of like these showing up right now. But essentially, it's going to follow the same process. Just make sure it's loaded after these. Okay, with that overview out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and actually cover installation now. And we're going to do both the manual and the Vortex, starting with Vortex. So we're going to do a mod manager download, do a slow download, and if we pull up Vortex here, you can see it's showing up in Vortex as BOC, which is a Better Oblivion Crisis, Daedra Realm Wilderness. Which, that is it, guys. That is the entire installation process. If you're using Vortex, you clicked a button and Vortex handled it. The end. All done. I love Vortex. Alright, but let's go ahead and get into manual installation because I know some of you out there won't be using Vortex or can't get Vortex working for one reason or another. So let's go ahead and do the manual download, slow download. And I do have this manual mods folder where I keep my mods that I install manually. Go ahead and save and open up this folder. And as you can see, I've got this compressed archive folder here. I'm going to go ahead and extract it with 7-zip. You can see here, there it is. Now that it's unzipped, I can delete the zip file. And we'll open this up. You can see here we have a folder, Better Oblivion Crisis, Daedra Realm Wilderness. And we have this file right here, Better Oblivion Crisis, Daedra Realm Wilderness.esp, indicating it's an ESP file. If you don't see the .esp, that's totally fine. You just aren't able to view extensions in your file explorer. That's a setting you can change in here. No big deal right now. Not the end of the world if you don't see it. Alright, so let's go to games here in Vortex. I'm just going to open up my Oblivion Remastered game folder because we have to put this somewhere. Now, I know if you guys are manually installing this, you probably aren't using Vortex to find your game folder. I'm just doing that because it's a lot simpler. But if you don't know where your games folder is for Oblivion Remastered, just know that it's wherever you have Steam installed. It's Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Oblivion Remastered. Okay, with that out of the way, let's find the place to put this sucker, which is in Oblivion Remastered, Content, Dev, OBV Data, Data, and as you can see in here, extend this out, you can see several ESP files are in here already. And if we scroll down just a little bit, you can see I have the Better Oblivion Crisis Daedra Realm Wilderness.esp file right there already installed because I've installed this with Vortex already. And Vortex handles all this heavy lifting for me automatically, which is very nice and very convenient. But for you guys manually installing, what you're going to need to do is drag this file over here into the data folder that we're looking at. And then once that is done, there is one extra step we need to do, which is edit our load order. We need to go to the plugins.txt file and open it up. And you can see here we have a load order, and more than likely you're going to see a load order looking something like this with all your other mods afterwards, and it's kind of sandwiched in between these two. Just make sure you put this file name exactly as it appears right here in your load order, typed out exactly the same. You can even copy and paste this on over, and make sure that you have the ESP extension at the end of this thing. It has to be exact and precise and perfect, otherwise it's not going to work. But if you have this here, that is the final step for installation, guys. And that is it. You put it in here, you save this file, and you are done. It is installed. And real quick, I do want to talk about one last thing, just in case you guys are installing this optional file. More than likely, it's going to be its own ESP file that needs to go in the load order after this right here. Okay, so if you have that optional file, or if you have any of the patches that merge this file with another, or merge this mod with another, that are both editing that spawn list, just make sure they go after this in the load order here as well. Save this away and you are good to go. Hopefully that was pretty simple and straightforward and easy to follow along. And I hope you guys found a mod that you really like. If you did get lost along the way, or you have any questions or got turned around somehow, let me know in the comments down below and I will do my best to get back to you and help you figure this out. Hopefully modding is pretty straightforward and simple, guys. And with all that out of the way, happy modding and happy Mondays. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. I really appreciate it, and I hope it was very helpful showcasing this mod and showing how to install it. I'm really hoping that we can get this channel growing so that we can show as many people as possible how easy it is to install some mods and showcase some really good mods that some hardworking people come up with. In order to do that, though, I'm really going to need you guys' help. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with as many people as you can. We'll try to get this channel growing, and hopefully it helps as many people as possible. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.